My name is Sammy Perez, and I was at Youth for Tomorrow in 1999.
Sammy, you have a very, very unique story to tell. Why don't you tell us what you're doing now? What are you doing now with your life?
So now I actually work with Prison Fellowship. I'm the senior grassroots manager for our advocacy team, and I basically work on policy initiatives that we have. I work with volunteers all around the nation to help support a lot of the advocacy initiatives that we work on at Prison Fellowship. So I lead up that program, working with volunteers and just helping to break down barriers for men and women who have a criminal record, and things of that sort.
And you have a beautiful family. Very quickly,
Yes,
who's
yeah.
your family?
So I have 4 children. I have a 15-year-old. His name is Elijah. I have 2 twin boys. Their names are Jace and Caden. And then I have 1 daughter. Her name is Jolie. And then my lovely wife, Crystal, of course.
So going back to when you first arrived at Youth for Tomorrow, what brought you to Youth for Tomorrow, and what were your first impressions?
Well, what initially brought me to Youth for Tomorrow, I was a ward of the state at the age of 12, and I ended up going to a different group home. I stayed there for about 1.5 years, and after completing that program, I came to Youth for Tomorrow. During my time here, or my initial sort of impression of Youth for Tomorrow was obviously as a young boy a little scared and fearful. Didn't really know the environment that I was going into. Didn't know much about the program. So yeah, just kind of back then I was really shy, and it was it was sort of a new thing because I had no idea that I was coming to Youth for Tomorrow. So I think my situation was probably a little bit different than some other kids who may interview or come.
And upon departure, your life took a turn, and did you think you got enough out of Youth for Tomorrow while you were here?
So actually, no, I don't think I got enough out of the program. And really that was only because of my own doing. So I actually struggled a lot while I was here, just as any typical at-risk adolescent normally would do with some of the challenges that I was facing, and ended up running away from Youth for Tomorrow. Which turned out to be probably the worst decision that I made in my life, because that sort of began a downhill path of criminal behavior, which ended up landing me both in the juvenile and in the adult correctional systems in Virginia. So I believe that there was a lot here for me back when I was at Youth for Tomorrow, but I just wasn't ready to make those changes and wasn't ready to receive the help that people were willing to give me.
After getting out of the system, you returned to Youth for Tomorrow. Is that ironic? And what brought you back?
So the people, I think point blank, the people are what brought me back. I could remember after I was, released from prison, there was a couple of people here at Youth for Tomorrow, particularly Dr. Tinsley and Dr. Jones, who I knew would be encouraged to see me in the state that I was in, and the fact that I had, made some positive changes in my life. So I immediately came running back. I think a lot of what was poured into me as a young boy stayed with me throughout the years, and I, eventually I had that desire to come back and to just visit with the people here at Youth for Tomorrow. And I came to find out that they were still here with open arms, willing to embrace me as they were when I was a young boy.
I'm thinking while you were away, you probably thought of this place often. Is that true?
Yeah. So I mean, it's hard to kind of shake those foundational, people that come, within your life, especially as as a young boy growing up in the system. You go to a lot of different places, a lot of different group homes. You have a lot of different people that are in and out of your life. But the folks at Youth for Tomorrow actually even stayed with me throughout my journey and communicated with me, and continued to show their support and their love for me, even when I was struggling and making bad decisions.
Well, a lot of folks here obviously remember you fondly and still are in contact with you.
Yeah.
Let's catch up to your story in a moment, but what was coming back here like for you in terms of professionally? Because it kind of started you on a path, I think, to what you ultimately are fulfilling.
Absolutely. So Youth for Tomorrow was pivotal in my development as a professional. Obviously I have a criminal record based off of the crimes that I committed. And so that makes it difficult for me to find a job. However, when I came back to Youth for Tomorrow, they were willing to allow me to come back and work as a residential counselor. So I began my journey there and started to grow, having an opportunity to come back and pour into some of the kids who were here just as I was a really meaningful, just a meaningful opportunity career-wise. And then Youth for Tomorrow continued to be very gracious and even extended a college scholarship to me. So I ended up attending Liberty University, actually graduated back in 2015 and became the first person in my family to ever graduate from a four-year college. So that in itself, to be able to graduate debt-free, and even, some of that scholarship even went into my master's program. And I recently graduated with my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. So I, without a shadow of a doubt, can say that Youth for Tomorrow was pivotal in me being able to develop and really to be able to find a career that was meaningful.
Yours is an incredible story. Let's pick it up. Um, what process have you gone through to actually take you in the direction you are now? And I want you to talk about what you might do on a day-to-day basis. I think folks would really be interested to know
Yeah.
how you're really paying back and how you're really doing some good work. But kind of
Yeah.
like maybe fill in some of those chapters for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So the main thing that really caused me to make the changes that were necessary was not only the people at Youth for Tomorrow and the seeds that they had planted years ago, but really for me it was my faith. So it was my faith in God and it's just the belief that that I was His son and that He didn't abandon me like my earthly father did. So it was that faith journey that really I use as a springboard to really continue to grow, not only as a young man in character, but also, professionally as a father, as a mentor. In these days, I enjoy giving back. I enjoy even coming back to the home and being able to, speak with some of the kids who are here now and to share from my experience about some of the struggles and challenges that I've had. And one of the things that I found is that that's a really encouraging thing for them to be able to see someone who's been in their shoes, but who is now on the other side and who is now doing well, and to really have that role model. Because honestly, that's what many of the kids at Youth for Tomorrow, many of the kids that come to Youth for Tomorrow, they lack healthy role models in general, but specifically healthy male role models in their lives.
How does that make you feel? And are you surprised that you are now a role model for these kids here because they see themselves in you?
Yeah, makes the feeling is hard to describe. Obviously it's fulfilling, right? But it is such a wonderful thing to be able to come and to give back. And no, I'm not surprised at all that I would end up, being able to use the pain and the hurt and the struggles that I went through, but now being able to leverage those same things, and that for that to now be meaningful in the life of someone else, is not a surprise at all. It's truly just a blessing to be a part of that and to be able to give back.
And you're still a young man. It must be gratifying to know the difference you can make in a lot of people who might have not had it easy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of my goals in life is to be able to pour into others, right? Because I know what it feels like as someone who's been through some of those challenges as a young boy, and to know and to see another young man or another young girl going through that same struggle, it just does something to my heart, and there's a yearning to want to be there and to be a part of their journey, and to be able to encourage them and say, you can do it. You have value. You have worth, and to just be a part of their lives is it's special.
I know the campus here is very proud of you, and in fact, when you think about Youth for Tomorrow, as we wrap it up, what makes Youth for Tomorrow special? You are uniquely qualified to tell us.
Yeah, it's the people. Youth for Tomorrow is a place, it's an organization, but it's the people here at Youth for Tomorrow that really make this place special. So it's the people that come in, day out, and they dedicate so much of their lives, and they pour in to the kids who are here. And that's really what counts. That's what brought me back to Youth for Tomorrow. That's what changes the lives of people. It's the relationships that they build here, and the people who they know, at You for Tomorrow, who love them and care for them. Because oftentimes, a lot of at-risk adolescents don't have those types of people in their lives, right? They've actually had the opposite of that. So to be able to come to a place where you're accepted, you're valued, and you're loved is truly, truly a great thing.